so thank you so much. That was really needed. So celebrating Louise once again coming back, and the gift of now is what we will be talking about. And the gift of now is the most precious gift that we could ever give to ourselves. But we forget sometimes, and that's all right. We will excuse ourselves for saying, oh, I'm just a human being, and when it suits us, we'll say something else. But for now, that's okay for all of us, isn't it? And I'm always the perfect age wherever I am in my life. Well, this affirmation of Louise's has inspired me to have this session. I'm always the perfect age wherever I am in my life. And whenever I've, really relaxed in this affirmation, initially I used to wonder that this affirmation is only about age. I thought, I got just stuck at that age thingy. But over a period of time, I have begun to understand how deep that goes. And every affirmation of Louise is actually, we just look at the periphery, but there's a lot inside of every affirmation. And I promise you, every affirmation can be a workshop itself. And that's what mostly that I do. That's the insider that I'm giving to you. So this affirmation actually dissolves one of the greatest illusions. वो जो हम ख्वाब सा illusion एक दिमाग के अंदर सब्ज बाग सा बना लेते हैं, that life should have happened differently. It should have happened sooner, or it should have happened later. So most of us are in those spaces that life should have happened differently. My life hasn't happened properly. I got these kind of parents. I got this kind of way that I was raised. And also I want to bring to your notice that the mind always lives in it's too late and not yet. It's the mind that lives there. And our soul simply keeps reminding us, here and now is where life begins. That's a reminder. That is why we keep saying, take a deep breath, breathe in and breathe out, because the breath aligns us into the here and now. So, age belongs to the body, time belongs to the mind. Awareness actually is eternal. Awareness belongs to eternity. And this is the emphasis that I wish to lay upon today. So, every season of our life.
Sonu,
can you mute yourselves, please? Every season of our lives actually is like a unique invitation. When I say season, I like to relate it to weather. All the different times and the different changes that we have experienced. I would want you to excuse my throat. I will be clearing it once in a while because it hasn't been too good. But I insisted that I need to continue with the session. So, age belongs to the body and time belongs to the mind. It's our thoughts which keep telling us the time. Awareness is eternity. That's why we keep saying, come back to now. And every season has this beautiful, unique invitation that I wanted to look at. So at 20, life may have been asking us to discover. When we are that 16 and up to 20s, we're all into this discovery and all the wonderful things that are happening. And at 40, maybe our life asks us to look at healing, because that's when a little things start showing up. And then at 60, life might just ask us, it could be the season asking us to simplify things a wee bit. I wonder whether I really simplified, but anyway. And at 80, it may ask us to become wisdom itself. So these are the seasons, mostly. And none of these seasons is higher, and none of these seasons is lower, dear ones. each season is sacred. I want you to remember. Each season is sacred because we've had a learning from there. And as all of us know that a flower, it never apologizes for blossoming in spring. Does it ever apologize that it blossomed in spring? It doesn't. Why do we need to apologize for what's happening in our lives? And not as a tree ever regret for bearing fruit in autumn. See how beautiful nature is. We just got to keep learning from nature. And nature actually never ever compares any of the seasons with one another because each one is so beautifully unique. Right? So when we stop resisting this present moment, when we stop resisting this present moment, we discover that this moment contains exactly all those lessons in relationships, in all the opportunities that we needed to learn. So with that, I want all of you all to really take a deep breath and come back to our session today, because Louise Hay often reminded us that life, she has always reminded us that life is never against us. Life responds to our willingness to love ourselves exactly where we are. So exactly where we are placed, life will respond to us in our willingness to be able to learn to love ourselves. So the bottom line for everything is learning to love ourselves. The 12 ways to love ourselves that she gives us, give up judgment, criticism and blame and all of that. So all of this actually boils down there. And I would want you to just close your eyes for a minute as I kind of say the intention for our session so that you can relax in it. So all of you could just close your eyes and just relax in this. That we are not here to become a better version of ourselves, dear ones. We are here to lovingly embrace who we appear to be while we are remembering who we truly are. The ego always asks, how old am I? Love will ask, how open is my heart? How open is my heart today? And that higher intelligence, great spirit whispers in our ears, this moment is all that is needed, dear one. This moment is all that is needed, dear one. And that is the intention of our session, which is beyond time, awakening to the timeless self. So this is what our session is about today. And here I would invite all of you today to just be ready to listen to Louise's philosophy with a few sprinkles of A Course in Miracles, where you will begin to understand. So A Course in Miracles is, Louise trained with the science of mind. And when she was studying there and she was training there and she was at church and all that she was experiencing in life, she wrote down a number of points. And she really began to understand life at a deeper level. That is why and that is how that wonderful Heal Your Body book came into being, and then the You Can Heal Your Life book. So as we celebrate Louise, this was very important for me to touch upon. So we know that we're talking about beliefs in our work. In our Heal Your Life work, we talk about thoughts create our reality, And the thoughts, the thinking patterns, the habitual thinking patterns that we continue to have give us beliefs. And what we heard as a child and as we grew up, the do's, the don'ts, the people's prejudices, the parenting tapes, and all of that gave us beliefs, and we began to function from those beliefs. We began to believe them as the truth. Right? So, I want to touch upon this. We go forward because I want to crack the myth of time. Because there also there is a huge belief. Right? And what, I'm going to ask you this question, and you can write it, put it down, Priyanka. What if the greatest limitation in our lives is not our age? We think age is limiting us. What if the greatest limitation in our life is not our age, but a belief about time? We've often heard, oh, I'm getting older, or that one is old and this is happening, and all of those things. So it's very, very important for us to understand this. Now, also, the other name for ego is fear. I'm going to be talking about the ego mind, right? And the other name for ego is fear, and we often say edging God out, right? So when we edge God out, we've edged love out. There's no love, place for love, and we bring in the voice of fear versus the voice of love, right? So I invite all of you to notice how the ego speaks through time. Okay? Just notice how ego speaks through time. It'll say, I'm too young. Okay? Now, when you say I'm too young, someone says I'm too young, well, at the back it is, I don't think I have the experience for this. Have you heard this voice at the back of fear? I don't think I have the experience for this. Or, I'm too old. Maybe I'm a little outdated. Maybe, I may not be able to cope up with things. I missed my opportunity. Notice there's loss there. There's lack there. We are operating from that. I missed the opportunity. I don't think I can do this. The other one is, I should have known better. And then we start beating ourselves up. तुमको तो कुछ आता ही नहीं है. तुम तो हमेशा ये करते हो. Right? And then we start beating ourselves up. And then the other voice is, if only I had started earlier. काश मैंने ये थोड़ा सा जल्दी सीख लिया होता. या मुझे थोड़ा सा पहले पता होता. So that is self-criticism, isn't it? And then, someday I will be peaceful. And here we begin to think we are unworthy. There's nothing, कुछ ठीक नहीं है. काश को वो भी दिन आएगा जब मुझे भी सुकून का टाइम मिलेगा, मेरे आसपास सारा कुछ ऐसा होगा. And then the other one could be, next year I'll be happy. So pushing the good away. Not willing to receive what we're getting, and it's coming from I don't deserve. I want you to really look at all these. And this is an invitation to you to notice often how the voice of fear or how ego is actually speaking to us, dear ones. Right? So, having said that, I want you to just take a pause and look at what is it that works for you. Write down what has been your voice. What has been your ego's voice? Quickly, just write down. I'm sure there would be some voice. May not be the ones that I've said. I've just given you examples. You could be having your own. Now, all that I am talking about and I have said, these are not simply thoughts about time, dear ones. Notice these are not thoughts about time. They are thoughts against life itself. And that's a big one. These are thoughts against life itself. We're challenging life itself. And often Louise says, what I have written down is, can you love yourself exactly where you are, dear one? This is something that Louise said very often when anyone went to her. Can you love yourself? exactly as you are, dear one. So let's do that right now. Let's just embrace ourselves and love ourselves and say to ourselves, I love you. I really love you exactly as you are and where you are. And this is very important for us to understand. Versus all the thoughts and the limiting thoughts that fear creates for us. And now, what does A Course in Miracles say? A Course in Miracles asks you, who is this you that believes that it lives inside time? I'm going to repeat this question. You can put it in the chat box. Who is this you that believes it lives inside time? Who is this you who believes it lives inside time? Any guesses? Because this distinction alone, this awareness alone, can become a profound doorway, dear ones. It is the ego.
Yeah, I'm going to say that.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is the ego which is always stalling us. Always stalling us. Isn't it? So now, think about it. Whatever you've written, whatever you may have written is probably coming from some fear, somewhere. And I promise you this is not the truth. Because who you are is beyond the ego. And that's what we're going to touch today. Now, I want you all in your, if you've got your notebooks before you or any piece of paper, quickly I want you to draw one full circle. Because I'm going to show you two ways of seeing ourselves. Because I have done a lot of this kind of work on myself. And today, where I said, one of these days I'm going to post a picture of mine which you all will never believe is me. It probably looks like a woman who's over 100 years. When I was on the wheelchair and I really looked like a fright. Well, even then I never thought I looked like a fright because I didn't have the time and the energy to even criticize myself. There was so much going on. I had lost my sight and my hair, it was as thin as this finger. I just had a few strands here. I lost my teeth, yes. I have a few implants which are not the best and they're giving me trouble all the time. इस करके मैं मिर्ची नहीं खा पाती हूँ अब मसालेदार चीज़ नहीं खाती. Maybe that is life's lesson of telling me you don't need to have masala in your life. Life is masala itself, isn't it? तो उससे अभी मैं ऑपरेट करती हूँ. सो हम एक सर्कल बनाएंगे, हम दो बनाएंगे. पहले हम एक सर्कल बनाते हैं. ओके, एक बड़ा सा सर्कल बना लीजिए. And this is the circle of the self in time. जो self है in time, that is the circle, and this is the personality. जो हम हैं, जो आप हैं और मैं हूँ, this is the personality. So in this, the personality has birthdays, okay? The personality will have memories, the personality will have achievements, it will have failures, regrets, there will be hopes there, there will be fears there, and identity. All of that is our personality. मैं, मेरा बर्थडे कैसे भूल गए? मेरे बर्थडे पे फूल भी नहीं भेजे. मेरा करवा चौथ का व्रत मुझे क्या दिया? ओके, मेरी वेडिंग एनिवर्सरी क्या हुआ? All the मैं in the inside of that, which brings us the memories and the hurts and all the fears and all of that. Now, Louise Hay actually teaches us to embrace the self. And this is what I love about Louise. Despite all of this, she keeps bringing us back very simply, and teaches us to embrace this self, because when we start embracing this self at this upper level, taking care of our body, all of this, it is then only that we move through to a deeper level. नहीं तो हम पहले से आप अंदर चले जाओ, आपको बोल दो जी 1 घंटे की अधिष्ठान साधना में बैठ जाइए, बस ऐसे ही बैठ जाइए, आधे लोग तो भाग जाएंगे, ठीक है ना। और आपके अंदर ये है, आपके अंदर ये बसता है, वो बसता है, इसीलिए तो आधा टाइम हमको समझ ही नहीं आती, हम सुनने के लिए तैयार ही नहीं, पहले ही भाग जाते हैं. वी जस्ट रन अवे, वी जस्ट डोंट वांट टू लिसन टू व्हाट इज बियॉन्ड. एंड आई लव द वे लुईस lays the foundation for us to be able to begin from that beautiful surface level, embracing ourselves, embracing this hair, the eyes, taking care of our body, and feeling appreciative and happy of who we are. No matter what is going on inside, we begin to learn to accept and to love ourselves, which is so, so important. Now, she teaches us to lovingly embrace the self, and she also teaches us to heal it. Now, all of these things she teaches us to heal also. She teaches us to forgive. She teaches us to forgive ourselves, doesn't she? Yeah, so beautifully. And she teaches us to speak with loving kindness to ourselves. How beautifully Louise teaches us that. I want you to remember this, isn't it? And she teaches us how to nourish the self. All the time she's talking about nourish yourself and then how to nurture it. Dear ones, this is sacred work. This is not just any work. Huh? I promise you, this work is sacred. At the face of it, it looks like it's nothing. क्या है, एफर्मेशन बोलते जाओ, इतनी बार एफर्मेशन बोलो, बोलते जाओ, सच तो है नहीं, बोलते जाओ. Trust. Understand that if something has withstood for so many years, there must be more to it. Right? And जैसे मंत्रास है ना, एक तरीका होता है, एक वाइब्रेशन है जब मंत्र का उच्चारण करते हैं. तो हमें एक एफर्मेशन दी है, हम भी उसको प्यार से वाइब्रेशन जब देंगे तो उसका उच्चारण एकदम से अलग हो जाएगा. यू डोंट नीड एनीथिंग एल्स डियर वंस. आई एम नॉट सेइंग डोंट फॉलो एंड डोंट लिसन टू मंत्रास, डोंट मिसअंडरस्टैंड मी, बट ऑल्सो I love myself, I respect myself, could become one of the most divine mantras of your life. Now let's draw the second circle. Okay, having understood the self in time. Now in that second circle, we are going to look at the timeless self. यहाँ हमने देखा self and time. उसमें हम देखेंगे the timeless self. There is one timeless self, isn't it? मुझे मालूम नहीं है, मैंने किसी का बुरा नहीं किया, मेरे साथ ये सब क्यों हो रहा है. अरे अब तो ये बंदा इतना बेकार का है, इसको बोलने की अक्ल नहीं है, बात करने का तरीका नहीं है, ऐसे करते हैं, वो करते हैं. देखो कितनी सुख की जीवन काट रहे हैं, कितना अच्छा जीवन है इनको, ना कोई सिकनेस है ना कुछ है, बड़े मजे से रह रहे हैं. अरे भाई, दिस इज द टाइमलेस सेल्फ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. Okay, and this is where I want you to start looking at. There is something beyond this body that resides within us, right? For a minute I want you to just take a deep breath and become silent, and just breathe in and breathe out and close your eyes. Just become silent for a minute. Before anyone told you your age, before anyone gave you a name, before you became successful or unsuccessful, who were you? This is where A Course in Miracles begins, dear ones. This is where the Course in Miracles actually points to, right? And that is what I want you today to get familiar with. What is it? क्या नाम दोगे उसको? Anybody? You can unmute yourself and say. I believe that our true identity was created by that one higher intelligence. Before we had a name, before we had anything, we were created by that one higher intelligence. It never aged.
Spirit, Babuji. Spirit.
Soul, spirit, yeah. That never dies. Okay, that's beyond name, that's beyond success, beyond unsuccessful, beyond worthy, unworthy. That's who we are, deep down. And this is a deep one today. It never aged, by the way. Okay, that's why it's timeless self. It's never been wounded, by the way. It's never been guilty. We keep beating ourselves from guilt. It's never been separated from love. That's pure love. The body moves through time, dear ones. This body moves through time. Awareness does not. So what we're talking about is awareness right now. Because it is this awareness which is allowing me to say what I'm saying today and allowing you to listen today. There is some awareness which is allowing it. Moving beyond time through eternity. It is awareness that goes through eternity. I'm going to give you a little example. I love it. I've forgotten it downstairs. मैंने ड्रॉ किया था और जब मैंने ड्रॉ किया तो मुझे वो बड़ा खूबसूरत ही एग्जाम्पल मेरे सामने आया. Imagine there's a sky. Okay, everybody. You can just close your eyes. Imagine there is this sky. If you want to keep them open, it's absolutely fine. And this vast sky, clouds appear. All shapes के clouds appear कर रहे हैं. And there's morning. सुबह हो गई, फिर दोपहर हो गई, फिर आंधी आने लग गई, तूफान आया, बारिश, और फिर सूरज ढलने लगा and there was sunset. I want you to understand that the sky doesn't become older when the clouds pass through it. Our personalities are like that weather, dear ones, ever changing. Our true self is that sky. Our true self is that sky. Everything else, the rainbow, the rain, the storm is changing, but the sky is just there. And I drew this, and then it just came to me in that 1 hour of that me time that I give to myself, and I just so loved it. And I thought I'd share it with you. Right? So open your eyes, everyone, and I want you to experience who you truly are, because that's very, very important, versus this body, the aches, the pains, and everything else that is happening to it. I'm coming to the next part, and so I just so love our work. You know, that's why we're teachers of love, and as a teacher in A Course in Miracles, my certificate says Teacher of God. And when this was given to me, I said, what does this mean? And this just said love. It means the same thing, teacher of love, right? And when I talk about the both things, I understand that all of us are keepers of love actually. Because हम सबके अंदर वो प्यार ही तो बसता है, वही तो है जो कभी मरता नहीं है. इट्स दैट स्काई जिसके ऊपर बहुत सारी चीज़ें आ जाती हैं, लेकिन हम भूल जाते हैं कि असल में तो हम वही हैं. दैट इज़ इटर्नल. दैट इज़ वाई लव इज़ इटर्नल एंड दैट इज़ द लव आई टॉक अबाउट. Okay, trust the process of life. Trust who you are beyond these material things and all this that is happening, and beyond the physical body. I know it's easier said than done, but हमको ये ध्यान तो रखना पड़ेगा. We will need to get aware, नहीं तो फिर मेरा और हम बहुत सारे लोगों का काम जो है, यही तो काम है कि वापस लाना है, याद दिलाना है, बार बार याद दिलाना है कि भाई there is something beyond that. So now I'm going to talk about that instant जिसको हम कहते हैं. मुझे अक्सर लोग पूछते हैं ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन को कितनी देर लगती है जी. मैं कहती हूँ इतनी देर लगती है जी. That's the holy instant. So that's the holy instant, the holy now. When the shift happens, you can give it whatever name you wish to give it, dear ones, but that's it. So this is where everything comes together now. And transformation या deliverance या हम salvation बोल दें या मुक्ति बोल दें या कुछ भी बोल दो आप उसको. अब वो सारी बातें मुझे नहीं मालूम है. And लेकिन ये this moment now, I'm sitting here talking to you on the Zoom session. This is all that I'm aware of. This is awareness. This is the only moment for me right now. This is the holy instant. It's not about yesterday. It's not about tomorrow. It's now. It's only now. And this holy instant is possible for you to understand and feel when you stop arguing with life. When we stop arguing with life, we're always arguing with life, aren't we? ऐसे क्यों हुआ मेरे साथ, ऐसे क्यों नहीं हुआ, ऐसे होना चाहिए था, मेरी सिस्टर इन लॉ ननद ने मेरे से ढंग से बात नहीं की, ऐसे कैसे चलेगा, ऐसे नहीं हो सकता, मेरे हस्बैंड ऐसे करता है, ऐसे नहीं हो सकता. All this, that and the other. We're always arguing about life. Life is happening for us, by the way. Life is not happening to us. It's happening for us. Wake up. It's time to wake up. And let us all stop asking this one question. I want you to put this question, Priyanka. We often ask, why didn't this happen earlier? ऐसे पहले क्यों नहीं हुआ? अक्सर हम पूछते हैं ना. Why didn't this happen earlier? Instead, let us simply say, here I am. बस मैं यहाँ हूँ. पहले कहाँ था, कल कहाँ होगा मुझे नहीं मालूम, अब मैं यहाँ हूँ. Now life, come. Take it, no? This is life now. Not when things will get better, this will happen, that will happen. Arey bhai, we will take it as it comes. Start living it right now, na? Versus the complaints and the arguments. And how many days, how many months, how many years we keep arguing with life? Have you noticed? रिश्ते खत्म हो जाते हैं. आज मैं ये सेशन एक्चुअली खास करके कर रही हूँ क्योंकि जो लेटली आई हैव अट्रैक्टेड, अरे बाबा मैंने इतने केसेस अट्रैक्ट किए हैं जहाँ सब रिश्तों का ही झमेला है. And we are just not willing to take ownership. We are not willing to take responsibility of our lives. Well, I don't say that you need to stick with the same person or you don't need to stick with the same family. मैं कभी भी नहीं मैं ये बात कहती हूँ. लेकिन अपने आप को गलत मत ठहराओ, दूसरों को गलत मत ठहराओ. लेकिन देखो क्योंकि कोई ठोस कारण है इतने झमेले में पड़ने का? Is there really some big reason for you to do that? Look at the blessings. Start counting your blessings. See, these become mere words. The other day I had put up a video also on gratitude. Feel gratitude. Experience gratitude versus writing 10 gratitude lists, 20 every day I am writing. Feel it. Express it to yourselves, dear ones. It's so, so important. देखिए जैसे ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ऐसे होती है ना, तो रिश्ते भी ऐसे ही ख़त्म हो सकते हैं और फिर जोड़ने, ठीक है, देर आर लेसन्स दैट वी आर मेंट टू लर्न एंड इफ वी मेक चॉइसेस इट्स फाइन. कुछ some people need to live our lives. I understand. We set boundaries, we honor them, but we will not cry over it and we will not argue with life about it. We will move ahead in life, embracing life, loving ourselves, respecting ourselves where we are. And that is beautiful. So, all right. Any questions before I move on? Then I'll tell you all a story and I'll guide you through a meditation. So, any questions? Feel free to ask me, dear ones. And I can carry on talking and I can carry on writing forever. Yes, Prabha. Unmute yourself, my girl.
Good evening, Ma.
Good evening, my dear.
I sometimes people keep saying that this too shall pass, this too shall pass. Sometimes it kind of it it irritates me actually to tell you. I don't know whether it's the right thing to get irritated or not, but I get confused why they keep saying that. Maybe they want to connect to me and say that, yeah, this is going to pass, Prabha, everything is going to get well, like this is pass. But since it's about time, I thought of asking you that question.
Yeah. So thank you for asking, Prabha. And first, I'd invite you to look at, it's more about you getting irritated versus them saying what they're saying. Right? What is it that's triggering you off? What is it that you don't want to pass? Or what is it maybe that you think will never pass because you feel that you've been caught in something forever and ever and ever? Now, I really don't know. But when they say this too shall pass, because I relate to that being a practitioner of the sadhana that I do, because when you breathe in, and you're also a yoga, into yoga, you know that the moment passes, you're breathing in and breathing out, you just can't hold your breath in and stay there. It has to pass, otherwise you're kaput. So everything arises to pass. Like that sky is there, but the clouds are arising and they cannot stay there. It cannot be cloudy forever. Okay, and it'll never be sunny forever, isn't it? So, like the seasons we learn from nature, everything arises to pass. Similarly, in our body also, every sensation is arising to pass. I don't say I'm feeling pain here, but I have learned that now in the practice. I don't say I have pain here or this is happening. I say there is a sensation. There is a heavy sensation here. There is this kind of a sensation here because they're sensations. Sensations arise to pass, and when we start owning the pain, then we become the pain. Right? So, if you just practice sitting in silence, and when I take you through also the body, you're really noticing that one split second you were full of anxiety, stress and all, and the next split second, how do we become so calm? Right? So that is what they're probably bringing to your notice. Now, why is that irritating you, my girl, is your growth work for today. Does that make any sense? And we will talk on this more. Right?
Thank you, Ma. It makes sense because when you spoke about it, it's actually what you said. It's the person who is speaking is giving me irritation rather than the sentence is what I actually felt it. What the ego is coming up in the between. Yeah.
Maybe you don't want that gyan. You already know it. You don't want that gyan, na? And
Yeah,
what happens, sometimes as we grow, people around us grow more than us. They think they know more than us. So sometimes they will give us so much gyan, no? And then you say, okay, theek hai bhai, de do gyan.
that, that too happens when you're in yoga. People give that gyan lots.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
thank you.
Prabhu, for bringing that. Love you. God bless you. Okay, so
Bab-
can we
Bab-
move forward?
yeah. Okay.
Any other question? Anybody else?
Babuji, I wanted to share one thing.
Yes,
When you
please.
were talking about love, and I was reading this book, A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. So she
Yes.
says so beautifully, there is no greater seriousness than the full appreciation of the power and importance of love. Miracles flow from the recognition that love is the purpose of our careers. When you said we are teachers of love, love keepers, I thought this was so beautifully and well described.
This is beautiful. And Marianne Williamson is,
Yes.
again, she
Yeah.
teaches a course in miracles. And
Yes, she's taken that book, A Return to Love, from there on only.
so they've all, it's all the science of mind. And this is the
Yeah,
science of mind that we're
yes.
talking about.
I was reading that book, I was just coming to an end, and then I saw this, I wrote it, I said, Babuji always talks of keepers of love, and so I
Thank
just
you.
shared it.
Thank you. And there are a lot of books that we can read, dear ones. And that's another beautiful thing about Louise, a beautiful quality about this wonderful lady, that she promoted everybody around her. She never pulled anybody down. She took everybody along and she acknowledged everyone. And how beautiful is that? And सब कुछ यहाँ हमारे लिए छोड़ दिया. What a brilliant legacy that has been left behind for us. So simply articulated. Right? So thank you. I will move forward now. So now this is a story. Ideally, who has after I tell the story, what is the question here? Can you read that question out to me in the chat
I'll read it.
box? Yeah.
I'll read it. Yeah, so Maninder is asking, I have a question. What if people or friends around keep manipulating?
Yeah, so in our, we say that, uh, our situations and surroundings are a mirror of our own thoughts and thinking patterns. So it doesn't mean that you are manipulating, but it is again an opportunity for you to stop judging. Maybe you're just judging them, and maybe there's something more to it, dear one. This you will need to answer for yourself, because people will show up accordingly. And we do say that our situations are a mirror of our thinking patterns most of the time. We attract that. And sometimes we are unaware, and that is when we need a coach's help, because that's a blind spot for us. Okay? It becomes a blind spot. We can't see it, but maybe with the help of someone else, we'll be able to see it. Right? And there's nothing wrong. So don't make yourself wrong. Don't beat yourself about this. It happens. Right? And sometimes those people have come into your life to teach you something. So maybe you're not learning the lesson that they're coming to teach you. So just move on. Those people will fall apart, and you'll get loving people around you. And I think there are so many of us over here who love you so much, Melinda. We're here to support you. So don't waste your breath on those who manipulate. Just let them pass. Thank you. All right. So here's the story. So there was this woman, and she visited this monk. Okay? And when she visited this monk, she sighed and said, I have wasted 50 years of my life. And he was sitting in the silent, in the stillness when she said this. So he smiled and he handed her a candle. Okay, so when he handed her the candle, he said, light it. And she lit it. And the room filled. This was a dark room, by the way, where he was sitting. And instantly the room filled with light. Okay, so the monk asked her, how old is the light? So she looked at the monk and she laughed and she said, the light isn't old. It simply shines. He asked her, how old is the light? She said, no, 50 years of my life I wasted. So he asked her, how old is the light? So she said, the light is not old, it simply shines. So what do you think he replied? He said to her, so does your true self keep shining. These are all the stories that we make up for ourselves, right? But that inner light is never tarnished. It's never tarnished. It is up to us to see it. And that room that had been in darkness for years lit up. So this room that may be sitting in darkness for years, allow it to show up. Now, here is a big one. The room had been in darkness for many years, but darkness did not need years to disappear. Darkness did not need years to disappear. One light, one moment, one holy instant. That's what it takes. And that is enough. It's that one holy instant, dear ones. That's it. I know it might just... There's this beautiful silence I see in this wonderful expression. So darkness didn't have to go anywhere. So here are a few questions for reflection. I'm going to say them. I want you to quickly write them down, all of you. And we're putting them up in the chat box. So what story about time have I believed? That is for you. Ask yourself. What story about time have I believed? I need more time. I need this. Or if I take time, then this will happen. If I don't take time, then what might happen? There's just fear. The second one is, where do I believe I am too late? अब तो बहुत देर हो चुकी है, अब नहीं कुछ हो सकता, अब बहुत टाइम पास हो गया. Where do I believe I'm too late? What if nothing real has ever been delayed? What if nothing real has ever been delayed? यानी कि in reality कुछ भी delay नहीं था. It is probably just a story. Also it could be, who am I without my history? Okay, we hang on to the story. हम छोड़ेंगे नहीं. मेरी लाइफ मेरे साथ हुआ, मुझे बोला, मेरे को बिकॉज अगर हम छोड़ देंगे तो उस स्टोरी के बगैर हम कौन है भाई? हम तो कुछ भी नहीं है. तो मेरे जैसे का पर्पस ही है कि कुछ भी नहीं है भाई, कुछ भी नहीं है. क्या है हम? कुछ भी नहीं है. कहानी है. Just a story. What would I choose today if I trusted divine timing completely? What would I choose today if I trusted divine timing completely? Record. What would I choose today? This is a choice, dear ones. Don't waste it in this moment, because once you go back, you get back into life, all of this is going to dwindle away. The moment you put it down to paper and bring your pen down, it's going to leap before you as a reality. What would I choose today if I trust my divine timing completely? देखो, मैं बहुत बार देखती हूँ ये छोटी सी प्रियंका यहाँ है, सॉरी प्रियंका मैं आपका नाम ले रही हूँ, कब से ये अपने फादर की सेवा कर रही है बच्ची, एंड ही इज़ नॉट रियली सो ओल्ड, बट कुछ कुछ हो रहा है, कब से सेवा कर रही है, ये हर बार उनको वापस ले आती है ICU से, ठीक है ना, और दिन रात ये सेवा करती है, ना काम कर रही है, मतलब कुछ और नहीं कर रही है. इट्स नॉट ईजी बाय द वे, ओके, मेडिकल फैसिलिटी इज़ नॉट ईजी, nothing is easy, but this child is brave, okay, and I want to acknowledge her for that, and I want all of us here to acknowledge this child, that it is a blessing to have a child like this in our lives. अब प्रियंका को लगता होगा कई बहुत बार कि मेरी लाइफ का क्या हो रहा है, मैं नौकरी नहीं कर रही हूँ, मैं कुछ नहीं कर रही हूँ, इनकम कहाँ से आएगी, मुझे भी ये सब करना है, मुझे भी वो सब करना है कि नहीं. लेकिन जो ये सेवा कर रही है ना, ये भी एक मेवा है. This is an opportunity people don't get. How many would be willing to be in her shoes, dear ones? Not very many, let me tell you. क्या धन्य वो father है who has such a beautiful child and children, I would say, and a wife also who takes care, you know. And so these are the places I would invite you all really to get present to. और क्या है वो body है, अब कुछ ना कुछ है जो है, this is that sky that she is. I want her today to remember that she's that sky, dear one, and there's a lot in store for you, I promise you. और हम सब की ब्लेसिंग्स हैं आपके साथ. और मेरी आंख में आंसू आ जाते हैं जब मैं ऐसे बात करती हूँ, बट मैं अपने आप को रोक नहीं पाती हूँ when I see such beautiful people out there, and even when I led the workshop the other day, and when I see grief and pain, it does get me. I'm a human being, yes, but dear ones, love yourselves, okay? And you all are so beautiful. You all have come here for a purpose and learn the lessons. जल्दी जल्दी अपने lessons सीखो और आगे बढ़ो भाई. Otherwise they'll keep bobbing up for you, है ना? And we don't want to be caught in those stories. Move ahead, dear ones. ठीक है ना? Okay. And the last question is, thank you Priyanka. Thank you everybody. And the last question is, can I allow this very moment to be enough? Can I allow this very moment to be enough? This is a big one. For me, it's a big yes. Yes. How many of you is it a big yes? Great. Thank you. Wonderful. So, beside this, quickly, I want you all to have written down your whatever you want to for the moment. And these questions are with you, right? And remember, ये जो आज हम कर रहे हैं ना, ये एक इट्स लाइक अ सत्संग फॉर मी. ये एक एफर्मेशन से ये क्या हो गया मुझे खुद नहीं पता है. जब मैंने वो एक एफर्मेशन पढ़ी और मैं बैठी साधना में, and this turned up, and then so many things happened in the 2-day workshop that I said we are lost with age and we are stuck in time and we procrastinate and we don't take action in life, right? So dear ones, work on yourselves, because we are work in progress, trusting the process of life in divine surrender, as dear Louise says to us, and A Course in Miracle keeps reminding us. So I'm going to take you all through a quick meditation, dear ones, and put your pens down, because it's important to integrate all of what we have been through right now. And I'll be playing my favorite number, Mother Divine, for now. Yeah. So just relax, get into a comfortable position. Just breathing in and breathing out. Priyanka, you can also be in this if you like. You can all close your eyes, I'll manage. I invite everyone to imagine placing a clock before you. आपने पोस्टर देखा था, उसमें घड़ी बनी थी ना? So I want you all to imagine एक घड़ी, one clock before you. Now imagine removing the hands from that clock. Both the hands from that clock, imagine you've taken those off. And now remove the numbers from the clock. You've removed the arms of the clock. One by one, remove the numbers. Now stop the ticking of the clock also. And now the clock also disappears. Only awareness remains. Rest and relax in these words that I say. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing real can be delayed. Nothing real can grow old. I rest in the presence that has always been here. I remember the self that love created. I remember the self that love created. Louise Hay teaches us to love the person we think we are, and the Course gently awakens us to the self we have always been. One heals the dream with kindness. The other gently awakens us from the dream through forgiveness and remembrance. Both the pathways complement one another. This is a moment of awakening. One prepares the heart, and the other opens it to eternity. Beyond time, There is a place within you where birthdays cannot reach, where memories cannot wound, where regret cannot enter, and fear has never been. It is not found by becoming someone new, but by remembering who you have always been. Today, may you gently lay down the weight of too late and not enough. May you trust that every step has prepared you for this holy instant and moment now. And may you discover that the greatest miracle is not that time has passed, dear ones, but that love has been quietly waiting unchanged within you all along. Beyond time, you are whole. Beyond age, you are light. Beyond every story, you are love. Allow this to sink deep within you, dear ones. Take a few deep breaths as you breathe in and breathe out. Placing your hands on your heart and telling yourselves, I am love. I am love. I am love. I am here now. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes. Thank you so much, everybody. I love you. God bless you all.
Babuji, can we get this in the chat box? This beautiful sharing what you did just now.
What I just said, yes, sure.
Yeah.
You want it in the chat box? I'll put
it. You put it in the group.
I'll put it on the Wisdom Wednesday.
Yeah. So that it's like reminding you.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, because sometimes you remember few things, but otherwise when you read it on a daily basis, then it will just sink in.
Surely, I will do that. And those of you who are not on the Wisdom Wednesday and have been invited, please ask your friends to add you, or they'll send you the link. And do join, because there's a lot of wisdom, and I want you all, each of you, to start sharing your wisdom. It's not, for me, just the heart doesn't work, dear ones. Sometimes I feel that, do I really need to keep posting something here? Very often it occurs to me. You'll have the time to eat. You'll have the time to dress. And this is not making you wrong. I'm holding you all accountable. Okay? We have time for everything else. How about sharing and making a difference in everyone's life? Okay? And also I want to say to each and every one of you, thank you so much for being here, for joining us. Thank you, Sartaj and Priyanka. And also, very, very important reminder, we have the Heal Your Life teacher training coming up at the Taj in September. And we're going to just share it here with you. And yeah, so I can't see.
My right is gone for sharing more.
Okay, so maybe you had logged out. I'm giving you, could I make you the co-host again?
I'll do it, no problem.
I've done it. I've made you the co-host. And so the teacher Heal Your Life Workshop Leader Training is a beautiful training. I invite all of you to participate, all of you who can and who are not teachers. It seems like a lot of money, but I promise you it really isn't so much of that, because the workshop leader training could be for yourself also, not necessarily that you have to go out and do something, but can you make this bigger, larger, full screen? Yeah. So it allows you to work on yourself, on all the challenges. There's 7 beautiful days that you will be spending with me from 9 a.m. in the morning to 6:30 in the evening. And imagine when you just spend 1 hour, 1.5 hours, what comes up for you and what will happen when we are there together for so many days and so many hours. So allow yourself to get immersed in this beautiful work. You are seen internationally, you get an international license, you get onto the international website, you have someone like me and so many hundreds of teachers all over the world to support you. And we are always there to tell you, you become licensed. Yes, there's a licensing fee that you will need to give every year, which is just $100 in a year, okay, which is I think approximately 8 to 9,000 rupees in 1 year. And your license is there forever. Nobody breathes down your neck. We just invite you to use the distinctions for yourself, and definitely if you can, give it away to people, everybody. The other thing that I also want to say to all of you is that this is going to be in the Taj Suvarna in Amritsar, because we have international flights there, the airport is there, and of course it's a sacred city and it has a beautiful ambience, and the Taj has amazing hospitality as well. So this is how it's going to be. After that, the dates for that are 26 September to the 3rd of October. A lot of people say कि काम होता है, ये होता है, श्राद्ध है उन दिनों में, okay? कोई काम नहीं है, कोई festival नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है. So that is what is so beautiful about it. And then we have the coach training after that, 12th to 18th, and then we have the teen training on the 5th and the 8th of February. So this teacher training is the foundation, and it's important. And I also want to tell you, from next year the fee is increasing and the licensing fee is also increasing. We've already had a talk about that. Mails will be going around. So thank you for being here, dear ones. It's very, very important for me to share this with you. Take a screenshot and get in touch with me, with anybody, anyone who's invited you. They will be equipped to tell you, but definitely. Thank you, Sartaj and Preeti, and those of you from distant lands where it is very late. Sleep in peace to awaken in joy, as I love to say. Have fun, be joy, be love, and stay in touch with me. I love you all. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Love you, Ma.
Bye-bye. See you. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you, Sartaj. Thank you, Priyanka. I can see you, Megha, and I can see here Mamta. How is Amit? He's good? Thank you, Sumedha, everyone, and lovely having with all of you. Okay.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Bacha. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. I can see Nandini. Yeah. Wonderful. I can see Ekam and Isna as well. Hello, darling. You all are still awake. I love you, Shotash. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, those are my grandchildren. Okay, everyone. Bye bye. See you. Okay. Bye, darling. Bye bye.